Ah oui, ah j'avais oublié ça.
C'est une grosse session quand même. Pause de 2. Ouais. Ah, voilà. Non, il doit y avoir une pause quelque chose à 15h, 16h et un dernier à 18h.
Double press and let you know if we go to commercial.
Perfect. C'est un huitième de finale. On peut les attirer. Sur le huitième. Après, tu fais 6 minutes. En fait, on peut donner un quart d'heure aussi. Mais les Indiens ont tapé les Suédois. Et les Suédois avaient tapé les Ricains. Les Indiens ont tapé les Suédois hier soir. C'est tous des commence à venir sur
Okay, great. I'm ready. Actually, yeah, let's do that now before it becomes an issue. There's just for like the 15 minutes. Yes. Okay, we're done that. I've got 2 bars left.
I have 2 bars left on yours. I'm gonna go check my receiver to make sure it's just leave it.
I'll get your mic who's not doing this. And is inside. Okay. So there's only 2 of us now. Oh shit. Yeah. So I can run and then just start my Yeah, I think it's like 3 blocks and then you'll see it on your right. And
Welcome to the World Championships of Beach Ultimate from Royan in France for this early morning game in the mixed division. It's India versus France, and with you is Tom Stiles and Liam Grant, who bring all the action out here on the beach. Early morning, the sun is low. It's very, very light, so perfect conditions. Perfect. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the World Championships of Beach Ultimate here from Royan in France. We're here with a mixed division pre-quarter game. The winner of this game will go into the 1 to 8 bracket. The loser will go to the 16 to 9 bracket. France and India, the two teams competing, and straight away a huge layout block from the 10 shirt of Privan. Gets that disc down to the ground. Lefty backhand. Nice early show of skills from the Indian team here. Impressing with their speed and pace. Shots front of the end zone and an early break for the Indian team. France on the back foot straight away. This unpredictable outfit are going to be causing quite a stir in the minds of the French.
Praveen Kumar there with the bookends, and the French get a taste of the speed of this Indian team. He comes around the corner and gets a hand to that disc. Great layout. And then turns on the jet boosters for the goal in the end zone. Raman to Kumar there. Interesting combination. Rivals for most of the year, Raman and Kumar. One playing with Airborne, one playing with Flywild, the two top teams coming out of Chennai. Airborne, current champions. I've heard they've had some tough times in the past with calls against each other, but combining forces to be formidable in this beach world.
Yeah, they've caused a big upset yesterday, knocking the Swedes out of the top 16. The Swedes having previously beaten the USA in their pool match. So wide open this mixed division as the French advance. Big cuts there from the 12 shirt of Morion. And a huge layout again. The Indian team are absolutely throwing everything at this game. 99, Silvaraman getting horizontal, high diving shot there. He picks up the disc now. Again, we see the Indian men running around ever so quickly into the end zone. Double break start for India. What a crazy game this is going to be. The French are on the back foot. The Indians are celebrating. Incredible start. 2-0. 2 breaks.
Yeah, and the same two combining again. Siva Raman to catching the goal sent from Praveen Kumar up the line. And these guys are going to be running the show.
Let's have a look at that layout again there, Liam. Look at this. It's gone huge. How high was he there? Incredible athleticism.
Yeah, he just explodes upwards like he's on some kind of trampoline or bouncy castle. How he gets the lift from that sand, I have no idea. And then Burns Onsalon. That's going to be an interesting matchup. I think Raman will be coming out Onsalon the whole time. The French player coached the under 20s women's team to 5th place in Poland last year.
Yeah, Gail Ancelon, also bronze medalist with Chuck at the European Championships in Frankfurt. Rufi, forward pass. The French O-line trying to establish something in this game. Ancelon now, down the line, nice continuation. This is better from the French, but a huge bid again.
And Kumar set the trap there, baiting that throw. No, he has the pace. Once went up, he said, I'll have that, thank you very much. Gets a hand to it, and that's his third point now he's playing in a row, which is difficult to do on sand.
The pressure that this French O-line must be feeling now. They've come out here thinking we're the top 8 team. They got beaten by the Russians yesterday in a placing match. But now they're looking, if the Indians can put this in, they're looking at a 3-break start against them, and that is going to be very difficult to recover from. Tejas with the disc for India. Darting down the line, a little inside break. That's a crazy pass, but they're pulling all sorts of things out of the basket this morning. Down the line, good continuation into the end zone now. It's going to be chased down, it's going to be, it's making it look so easy. India mixed are absolutely flying in this game. 3 breaks to kick off with. The French have got to go and find something special here.
Yeah, Praveen Kumar, aka Rocket, eating up the sand like a delicious vindaloo. You cannot overthrow this man. He is on fire, and he's been involved in the first 3 scores for India. And he bait that throw. Don't be thinking he can't keep up with number 7. He wants that one to happen. As you see Krishna there, the 17-year-old, getting the assist. Beautiful buttery biscuit into the end zone.
Yeah, don't underestimate how young this team are. Scoreboard just is out of time by 1 on our score. It's actually 3-0. 3-0 is the score. Scoreboard on your screen. There we go. Spot on. Unbelievable. 6 minutes into the game, and India mixed have turned and scored on this French team, who've looked so strong so far in their tournament. They came second in their pool behind Germany. They lost in their opening game on this show field, the big ceremony just before that match. And this is probably the first time they've properly been tested. Lucy Ruffier brings the disc forward for France. And clinical in their offense as well, this Indian team. They've taken the disc off the French 3 times, and they've not been turned over themselves. Again, pressure from the Indians. Darting deep now. Down the line, that's a nice pass and a great cut as well. Mid-pitch, dishes back over the top. Down the line, but into the sand. The disc from Ruffier again. Not quite connecting the French so far in this match. Some questions being asked. The Indian men in this team are so young. The average age of the Indian men here is 21. But they're showing real composure against this French side. All the teams quite enjoying this early morning slot on the schedule. It means they have to get up, no lie-in, but the conditions are so much cooler than they are in the middle of the day. Sends the deep shot up, going to be chased down, pressure, and rises and lands inside the end zone. The ups from the Indian team are incredible, and they've done it again. Another break, another score. Clinical offense. Silva Rahman with the goal. We're looking at a rout here, Liam. What an upset this could be.
Yeah, and I'm probably one of the few people on the stand here that was maybe expecting this. Unlucky for Marion Chanjon there, who did well to try and body out Silva Rahman, but just too tall. She showed great pace as well, but unable to stop him. But I was expecting India to do this earlier on in the week. They really have 2 or 3 star players that I think they rested earlier on in the week, knowing that they'd always have a chance to get into the top 16 and then another chance to get into the top 8. And that's where they're really using most of the energy that Raman and Kumar have on every point, and they've played 75% I think of the points so far, the two of them. I see Praveen now back on the line, and they're really shutting down the French offense. We saw work well beating Ireland on Universe Point earlier on in the week. Unlucky to lose against Germany in the opening game. And a lot needs to be asked now of Ancelon, as this one's put up to him.
It's going to be Gaël Ancelon reaches high and grabs the first clean hold for the French team. Needed to get themselves back on track, and they've done so. Gaël Ancelon, one of the leaders of this team, such experience despite his young age. He's a sports teacher himself, and he's been coaching a number of the players on this side through his involvement in the under-20s teams.
Great battle in the air there. Ancelon against Raman. Great put from Brew. The lefty handler airing that one out.
Oh, it was excellent take from Ancelon, wasn't it? Just rose up, saw his timing. And he was devastating for Chuck in Frankfurt for the Europeans as well. Clearly got an outstanding athlete on the team, but the French are going to have to do more than just throw to him. See what the Indian O-line can pull out. They've been electrifying on defense, swinging it straight across here to the 18 shirt of Datri. And the French have managed to get a turn. Could this be the start of their comeback? They've had a terrible start to this game, getting broken 4 times in a row. With the French now, Alexa Chassignot, Petitot, now Saint-Jean. One of the other stories from the game yesterday, India-Sweden, was the spirit timeout. Some interesting calls in that one. Disagreements between players. Vic is called. Saint-Jean with the disc. Quick short pass forward into the end zone, and the French have stopped the rout. They've stopped the rot. They've got a break back themselves. Roman Cheminot with the assist, and the goal from 23 Ledoux.
Luscious the lefty there, as you see the turn from India, uncharacteristic. Bit of a French zone that caught him off guard. And we love this high release lefty fluttering in the French air, but caught well.
I think what we saw with that drop is maybe the lack of depth in the Indian side. They've got some real superstars here, but Indian Ultimate has only been around for 7 years, and the first time they sent a sort of a proper selected squad to any Woof-Duff tournament was in under-23s in London in 2 years ago, in 2015. So this is still relatively new territory as a nation. They've got a lot of beach experience though. The Chennai scene, the Chennai Heat tournament, one of the biggest events on the calendar for Indian Ultimate. And a lot of the players on this Indian team coming from that. So we could be looking at a very interesting start to this game. 4 points straight for India, making the best possible beginning. But they've been broken, scored on once and broken once back. The French could be trying to re-establish themselves in this match. Or going to be a little bit of a poachy bid there. The disc is too high though. Handling errors from the Indians, and the disc goes out of bounds on the far side of the pitch.
And France going with a zone there again, looking like a bit of a 2-1-2. And I think what they're trying to do is make India use their whole 5 players on the field, try and shut down the quick movement of Kumar and Raman. and doing so effectively, and maybe a tactic that could prove dividend.
Great pass there, breaking across the to the middle of the pitch. And into the end zone for the score. French on a roll of their own now. 3 points in a row. They're back within one of the Indians after the fast start. And it's exactly what the coach was talking about before the game. They were trying to shut down their long game, and they just didn't manage to do it well. They were on the turn. But when they've managed to set up their own defense, really effective French work.
Marion Stangeon with the goal. Great cutting in the end zone. We see this great break flick. Gets down for it, and she is delighted with herself, and should be.
Yeah, it's excellent work there. It was one of the things that the French team said that they were looking for, was to try and use their breaks. They're probably not going to be able to outrun this Indian team across the sand. They just don't have the athletes that the Indian team do. But when it comes to technical skills and tactical awareness, maybe the French have got the edge.
On sand, you're definitely able to throw your receiver open sometimes. If you curve the disc away from the defender, sometimes you don't even have to move, or you can just run through it.
So the Indian offensive line being pressed a little bit here. Hammer exposing a lot of space. Sangeetha with the disc. Another handling error from her, slips out of her fingers way in front of the waiting Ganesh, and the French making a quick start here. Ledoux. Centre of the field, but the French with their own handling errors, giving the disc back. It's the first double turnover point we've had of the game so far. India back with the disc. So far, once it's transitioned, it stayed with the team for a break. Ganesh. Not very many options. Finds Silvaraman. Sangeetha. Better from her. We've seen a couple of errors with her catching and throwing, but that was solid. Sangeetha again. Looking up the line now. Oh, that's tasty disc from Sangeetha, exposing the space. Confidence, Scuba. Silvaraman. The Indian offense is looking a little static. Silvaraman's gone deep. The disc has gone to him. Can he eat up that ground? If the disc had been there, he was free. The separation and speed across the sand from the 99 shirt is impressive.
Yeah, you just have to put one in the end zone, and he's going to eat it up. Ganesh not getting that one off as well he would have liked. And France doing really well, forcing middle, if you look, against this Indian team, which makes it a bit more tricky to get those hooks, as you have a lot of people in your throwing lane, and you're usually trying to throw over around someone, and allows the French to have someone in the lane, and that frustrating the Indian team. Also calling 3 women when it's their turn, as they feel maybe the Indian ladies not as competent as the French. And as they say that, a great D.
Yeah, lovely poachy option there from the Indians. I think it was Chassignon on the far side of the pitch who threw that disc. India with another opportunity. This is a key moment. Contact uncontested. 3 turnovers in this point already. And the first 7 points of this game have been scored with big rolling momentum shifts. 4 to the Indians, 3 to the French. Silvaraman with the disc for India now. Pops it back to the 12 shirt of Ganesh. Ganesh back to Silvaraman. It's just the 2 of them involved so far. The Indian women are being well catered for by the French defense, but Sangeetha's made a great cut into the end zone, just stumbles with her feet a little bit. Good pressure from the French. Is it Ruffier?
Marion St-Jean.
Oh, Marion St-Jean.
with the D. Getting some great stats so far this game. Possibly a call in the field, no. Just making sure everyone's all right. That hammer out of frustration, I think. It was only really the two male players able to get free in the back. The French females terrorizing this Indian offense downfield.
Yeah, strong defensive pressure. If anything, Sangeetha had overrun that a little bit and had to catch it behind her head. Difficult to see those hammers when they are spiraling above you. 10 shirt of Putito with the disc. 5 turnovers in this point. It's turning into a pivotal moment in the game. And the French, if they can get back onto even terms, will feel like this game is theirs for the taking, having stopped the Indian pressure. Big disc up, pressure. Oh, what a takedown that is. The defensive skill of Silvaraman rising into this early morning French sky. The sunshine beating down on the pitch as we are witnessing a very exciting game of ultimate. Sangeetha under a lot of pressure. She manages to get the disc out to Ganesh, to Silvaraman. Back to Ganesh. He's looking tired, Silvaraman, now after making that big bid. Makes himself available for another reset. And they're looking downfield, and the 3 Indian women are struggling, and pressure from the French, but Sangeetha's got it, and she floats a nice one into space. Can she run it down? Yes, she can. It's amazing disc, beautifully floated into space. Vera catching it. Big point for India.
That was amazing stuff. Real dogfight of a point. Vera getting her 9th goal of the tournament, leading the stats on the female side for India. And this one is going to be a great replay. Watch Raman slow down initially and then ascend into orbit. That is crazy ups for a sand. I thought he was going to bat it out of the sky, but he's going to catch it as well.
He could have got that another foot higher, I reckon. It's incredible athleticism and superb bid there. But if anything, the bid was the thing that made the pass into the end zone so easy. Eating up the sand there, Vera scoring. Now, the Indian coaches did want us to mention in our commentary about the impact that Dan Rule from Australia had in the coaching and of the Indian ultimate scene. Really improved a lot of their structure. He's had a big impact, and this team are reaping those rewards, putting French under real pressure now. And again on defenses, it's an emergency high stall at Gaël Ancelon, not able to collect it the first time, and the second time he does collect it. We're going to have to see a replay of that. It was so close to the sand. Ancelon getting fingertips the first time round. They're asking for the television replay.
Yeah, very interesting here. We're seeing the French and Indian players looking to the replay screen in the stadium here.
Well, this is unusual. Yeah, so here we go. Gaël Ancelon, touch off the fingers. He dives at it. We're not going to be able to see it from this angle. He claims it was up. We need to see the reverse angle. Oh, we can't see the reverse angle, so difficult to know what's going on here. Ancelon claiming it was up. Impossible for us to tell. Liam, what was your gut instinct?
I think it was up. I think he may have straddled the line though, so I don't think he landed in the end zone. But
this is the other angle. So there's the touch. Bobbles, flies, dives. Who knows? Who knows?
And my elbow touched the sand first, so I think it should be a goal. Okay, thank you.
They're calling it as a goal. They're calling it as a goal. Incredible. So, yeah, Gaël Ancelon claiming the first point of contact with his elbow in the end zone. I think we could watch that replay 20 times and still not know. But the call on the field is what matters. Ancelon with an incredible athletic second time bid.
Great spirit there from the India team. Unfortunately, not the most spirited game against against Sweden yesterday. Spirit scores coming in of around 6 and 5 out of 20 for both teams. A very frustrating game. I've been in that situation before, and it always seems to be pre-quarters, or in that case, getting into the top 16 tend to be the most edgy games, as your whole tournament is riding on it, whether you're success or failure in many people's eyes. And Sweden, who I had a bet on to win this tournament, are now no longer in the top 16, and I think many of us wish that game could have been a bit more spirited, but that's ultimate.
The Swedes will be licking their wounds of what might have been beating the USA in the mixed division, going out of the tournament to India. Making good progress now, the Indians, through this French zone. It's transition now, but there's still one of the men free, cutting left and right now. Great footwork there from Datri, getting herself free. Nice little short pass forward, front to the end zone. It's a point for India, their first offensive hold. Sorry, second offensive hold, isn't it? Let's have a look. That's Stats app telling us. Yeah, it's their second offensive hold. But their first one had 3 turnovers.
And I like what France are doing here, mixing it up. Again, starting off with that zone and then transitioning to a match defense. Making India play through all their players, stretching them out. Didn't get the turn there, but forcing them to do something they're maybe a little less comfortable.
Well, they just know that they know where the threat is, don't they? And they're just trying to eliminate that. Chassignon in the end zone, a little bit blindsided, maybe turned her back on the player she was marking. And that left Indian player in the front corner completely exposed. It was Sahani who was chatting to us before the game. It's Bru for France. Short pass to Andre Knudsen. Ancelon. Low disc, safely caught. Jacquin for France. Down the line, Ancelon and Silvaraman having a great battle out there. This time, Ancelon. And a big bid there from the Indians team, getting high, rising and batting that disc down. Impressive stuff from Praveen again in the 10 shirt, and he picks up the disc. Re-establishing themselves, this D-line for India in full flow. Silvaraman. Praveen. Looks down the line. Silvaraman cutting again now. That's enough block on that from the French 12 shirt of Molière.
This is a really exciting point. Anytime India bring out Kumar and Raman on the D-line, you gotta be thinking they're gonna get a break.
Ancelon sends the big disc, but it's going to be floating towards the sideline. Pressure on this. That's all she needed to do, just get her hands up there. It wasn't the best disc. It didn't stretch out the attack. Everybody was stationary underneath that one, and Vera eats it up for India. And a timeout called out here on the beach.
Vera, one of the elder people on this team, at the ripe old age, I think, of 27, 28.
We're going to go for some quick messages before you join us back here. India, France. India 6-4 up.
Catch it early. Help us teach kids about cancer symptoms through Ultimate Frisbee clinics. Join us and speak up.
par une 3-1. Et franchement, la tête. Il n'y a pas besoin normalement de se pousser et de balancer des trucs quoi. Allez, allez on y retourne, comme un les bleus. 3, 2, 1, France. 3, 2, 1,
The French coming out of their huddle after that Indian called timeout. Hot on the beach this morning after quite a cool start, but the temperature of the sand, the temperature of the air down here in Royan rising quickly under cloudless skies. It's the most beautiful scene to play ultimate in. The bay lies out in front of us. The stands are starting to fill, although the stands have struggled to attract big crowds because of the temperatures midday. I'm sure people will prepare and bring some shade with them for the last finals. Back into the game now. Silvaraman for India. Middle of the pitch, cutting and a contact on the play. Further downfield.
I think it was a pick call many moments ago.
What a game we've been treating to you two here. World Championships of Beach Ultimate Mixed Division pre-quarter final. Winner of this game goes into the top 8. Loser goes into the 9 to 16 bracket. Critical moments in the tournament as we reach the knockout stages. No way back from here. And no way back from the previous match, as the Swedish team found. Losing to India. India taking their opportunities, and critical game. India made the best possible start to this one, taking the first 4 points. Now they're in a bit of a battle with the French, have re-established themselves in this game. 76 shirt of Kanlesh. Low disc, but it's safely caught in the hands of the Indian women. Praveen sends it to the end zone. Silvaraman chasing down. He doesn't have to jump. He doesn't have to do anything. Just run onto that with those turbo speed. He's got incredible athleticism from the Indian receiver. 3 points the gap again. Silvaraman with the catch. 7-4 the score, Liam.
All hail our savior, Silvaraman. Just the man is unstoppable, as we see Praveen getting the D earlier on that point. French answer back with a hand block. Vera with another D. Such an exciting point, that one.
A timeout in the middle of it as well. You almost forgot all the action that had happened before the timeout. Both teams really struggling to find their groove in that point, but cannot ignore the impressive speed of Silvaraman. I wonder if there's any of the international sides looking to give him a call-up and ask him to go play overseas, because he's quite a talent.
Yeah, I wonder if he has maybe an Irish granny or some cousin.
You wish. You wish.
Yeah, we'd love to have him on the team. I think India about 5.5 hours ahead, Tom, so a great time for fans in the country to be tuning in. I'm sure they're shouting at the monitors for their team to make the top 8.
India. French arriving, applying some pressure. Ragu in the 17 shirt. We've not seen much of him this game. One of the best verticals in Indian Ultimate. Nice to see that now. He's cutting down the line. It's going to have to be a bid. No, just turns on the turbo boosters again. Arrives there. Now it's Ragu. Just the Indian men involved. No, so it wasn't just the Indian men. The whole team are getting involved. The 10 shirt of Rocket. Ragu spreading the play now. Raman Krishnan. Whole team involved in this point for India. Ragu again. Dartry. 10 shirt of Praveen Kumar, aka Rocket, making himself available. India 4 points up on the French team here in this morning game. The French looking like they're going to leave the tournament, their home tournament. They'll be distraught at that, Liam.
Yeah, that would be a big upset. Ragu here, known for the best vert in Indian Ultimate, as you said, but also the best mustache on the field, as judged by me. Tom Selleck, eat your heart out. That is a well-groomed man.
And he celebrates. He knows how important these critical moments are. The Indians make the best possible start to this game, but then for 15 minutes they looked like they couldn't do anything right. The French dominating them back, pushing them back to a 4-3. But since then, it's been going mostly the Indian way. Got the heads up, looking a little bit more established. Disc flies high through the clear French skies, lands on 22 shirt of Ruffier, floats it forward, caught one-handed, jabbed forward again. Good flow from the French in these first 4-5 passes. Back in the hands of Jacquin. This is excellent work from the French now. Now forward to Ancelon, but a call on the field.
Like that push pass return as he throws it back. Maybe has one of the best push passes in the business.
What athleticism from the Indian team, but Gail Ancelon realized that bid was going to come. Put him right out ahead into the end zone. Then Indians without. Justine Brou with the point. Team effort from France.
Ancelon under siege right now. He has Raman and Praveen always on his back, but taking it well and battling through that one. And hits that outside in backhand to the end zone.
The French clearly doing their homework, know who the threat is. He had a second grab at that, didn't he, as well? He was not a clean catch the first time round. Gives it back into the end zone. And Brou getting good separation from the defense. France have got to do something now to get the disc off this Indian team. They've got to get the D-line rolling, otherwise this game is going to drift away from them. Oh, straight away, a bit of a risky pass. Praveen exchanges his disc with Ragu, who has it back now. Praveen again. Ragu darting backwards and forwards, and he has it again. There's two of them playing homeboy at the moment. Looks off the women, keeping it with the men, the Indian team at the moment. Still, just the three Indian men playing a nice little weave here. French not able to get anywhere near it at the moment. Quick short pass into the end zone. That is beautiful, well timed, well executed ultimate from the Indian team. France never looked like they were going to get a bid in on that. Oh, sorry, it was a turnover. My fault. She dropped it.
Yeah, you spoke too soon there, Tom. Vasava dropping that one from the pressure from the French defender. And this one, can they get there? And a great goal!
Incredible stuff from the French. My apologies for that call. I didn't see the drop. France re-establishing for themselves. That could be an absolutely key moment. India looking like they'd put together a really tidy O-line, and instead the French scoring down the other end. They're back within two, 8-6.
Yeah, that a great goal. Didn't think she was going to get there initially, but shows she has some pace just like this Indian team. We'll see, will France now call three females as it's their turn. End zone now on the left. Getting to decide the gender ratio. Seems like France from now on will be choosing 3 females in offense. They feel they have the better mismatches there.
I think they definitely favour having more women on the line. Got to give big credit to Ledoux there, get the double happiness, causing that block and the drop in the Indian end zone, and then catching that incredible layout. 23 shirt for France. India under pressure with the lead and a zone from the French. 2 French women, 3 French women buzzing around. The deeps are all being covered by the men. This is an interesting tactic from the French, but the Indians so far making light work of it, getting the disc rolling forward. Transition to match up. Middle of the pitch, just outside the end zone. Cuts coming left and right. It's going to have to be a little stoppage on the play. Contact between Ragu. Foul called, coming in on 0. Uncontested. Stall count wasn't that high, and there were options in the end zone as well. Maybe the pressure getting to Ragu there. The French, the D-line getting rolling now. Saint-Jean. Fastest feet from Moria. Roman Cheminot, big shot deep. Chessignon chasing it down. She reels it in, back of the end zone. That is an awesome shot from Roman Cheminot, deep into the back of the end zone. The French are back within 1. What a game we're seeing here.
Would you believe it? That throw right out of the top drawer. Set her up perfectly as it arced down that sideline. Great tactical play from the French. Big shout out to the coaches, Etienne Michon, Eric Magnier, and team manager Colin Michaudet. They've been tactically playing this game to perfection so far, even though still trailing by 1. But good adjustments, choosing to play 3 females on offense or when it's their turn to pick. Also playing that zone to try and slow down the Indians, who can easily isolate one of their male players deep, unable to do so against that zone. And this one coming down to the wire.
What an exciting match we're bringing you this morning here. And if you're watching in India, please do send us a tweet at Tom Styles to get me. Love to hear where you are. Send us a photograph of the people you're watching it with, wherever you're enjoying the coverage. Indian Ultimate on the big stage and living up to their reputation for speed and athleticism against this French mixed side. Silva Rahman with the disc now. On the sideline, looking for that up the field jab. Down that sideline, a continuation. The 3 Indian men again running the play here. Praveen. Short of the end zone, into the end zone. Silva Rahman eats it up. All male point, but they all count. And India holding their O-line, 9-7.
Yeah, when India have 3 men on the field, and 2 of them are Rahman and Praveen, you kind of smell a goal coming. Interesting to see how many points the 2 lads will play, as just 2 minutes left on the clock. Time cap likely to go in this point. Praveen stays on to make the pull.
Yeah, the interesting thing, just looking at our stats for the game so far, when the D-line, and the Indian D-line have had the disc, their turnovers per point has been 0.2. So really doing well once the Indian team, once the Indian D-line have had the disc, they've been clinical in putting it in. And that's the thing that separated the two teams at the moment. Bring it to the line. Brew. Quick short pass to Jacquin. Brew cutting up the line. Not available though. Floats into space. Brilliant caught from Ruffier. Floats onwards. And the French have got a bit of a clean O point there. Oh no, call on the play, further back. Stall out here on the sidelines. Jacquin. Is there any complaint from her? Is it contested? We do have one of our volunteers standing by with a microphone if you can hear the audio from that.
Stall out. And I can say stall out after the stall. Fast count after you say stall out.
So I genuinely did not feel that it was a fast count. Do you have perspective?
I like
I have an opinion.
Yes.
I think we pretty much all agree on the sideline that it was very fast towards the end.
Cool, so I will practice.
So uncontested fast count is the call.
I think it's a retracted stall out, so the disc will stay downfield.
So it's going to continue on. Okay, so she's retracted the stall out. That was very calmly dealt with. Maybe the microphone is helpful in forcing players to deal with these matters in the appropriate way. Ruffier for France. Brew cutting. Just the two of them available at the moment. Ancelon available as well. And it's going to have to be a dumb pass back. Gaël Ancelon just jabs it forward, floats it into space, and Jacquin eats that up. Nice work from Ancelon, going to ground and then just floating the disc into the path of the receiver, away from the defense. France back within one.
Jacquin, one of the under 20 players that represented France and Poland last year, finishing a very respectable 5th, actually coached by Ancelon, who threw the assist. So we see the master and the student combining there to great success.
That must be nice when you get having a whole season coaching these young players and then an opportunity to play side by side with them. Almost get to appreciate the fruits of your labor from the improvement these players have made. Jacquin looking very accomplished and comfortable at this level. France back within one.
Just getting a few more live results from around the beach in all the pre-quarters. Currently 10-9 to Russia versus Spain. Also 12-8 to USA versus Ireland. Game point there. 9-7 to Portugal versus Switzerland. 10-8 to Germany versus Netherlands.
So we think this is game point because the clock went on, 45-minute time went on during that last point. Big disc up. It's going to be a game to 10. Can this be completed? Oh, the toes are in. The disc was in the hands. The French stopped. The Indians celebrate. No complaints from the French. And India have caused one of the biggest upsets in the mixed division. Look at this toe grab here. Was he in? He definitely had his foot down. The disc was definitely under control. And the first point of contact as his toes grabbed through the sand was definitely on the line. They were having a quick discussion about whether he was in or out. and he said, fine, I'll pass it in for the goal. Liam, what a game.
A nation held its breath there as Praveen had to toe the line and make it a let-it catch. Francis had to stand and watch their dreams crumble in front of them. Not many people expecting France to bow out of this stage, nor for India to be such a dominant force in this mixed division, but the dream continues and some heroes being made here on the French sand.
Well, they played such an incredibly hard start to this game, rolling the French in the first 4 points. Every single time the French had the disc, they got turned and they got burned with clinical defensive O. Once the game had got a bit more established, the French made their way back into it, and the French now doing a lap of the pitch as we see some of the highlights of the game there. Silva Rahman with the huge layout blocks. Pressure all the way through the game. Gaël Alcelon with that huge grab. He was a huge part of the French resistance to the rampaging pressure. Silva Rahman going up again. Big disc up. Thank you very much for watching the coverage that we've been bringing you this morning from the World Championships of Beach Ultimate. Tom Stiles and Liam Grant with the privilege of covering this brilliant match. India knocking Sweden out yesterday, knocking France out today. The real story of this mixed division. It's been a pleasure, Liam.
It's been fantastic, Pom. Looking forward to some more coverage later on today.
Les prochains matchs commenceront dans 20 minutes. Sur le terrain 1, vous retrouverez Russie-USA dans la catégorie femmes. Sur le terrain 2, Espagne-Grande-Bretagne. Et sur le terrain 3, le Canada contre la France.